Hello and welcome to GFS Solutions episode number 9. And today we're talking sales. Now there's lots of different elements about sales, and I'll probably put together about 100 videos on sales, but this one is quite dear to my heart because it's something that I experienced recently. Now, first and foremost, and this will be in another episode, is to truly give value, the maximum value that you can give to any client and to make them feel special, is to very simply find out what they want and what they need. Because once you know that, then surely you're in the best position possible to, one, make sure that you're the person to give them that service or product and get them from where they are now to where they need to be. But it also saves you a lot of time as well. You know, when I first started my own business in January 2011, and I got a sniff of a new client, a potential client, I was like a dog with my tongue hanging out. I was so excited. They want to buy into my company, they want to buy into me, they want something, they want a service. I was so excited. And then you run over and you know, countless phone calls, and you go to a meeting and you drive an hour there and you drive an hour back and you spend an hour on parking, and you get there and you realise that, you know, it wasn't quite right for you when you could have just qualified that over the phone. So that's the first thing you need to do as a business person, because otherwise you're going to be wasting a hell of a lot of time. But ultimately, you really need to be in a situation to get them what they need, they as the client, and what they need and what they want. Now, something that happened to me recently was, I'm not going to go into specifics about people's names and company names, etc., but ultimately I needed something from a company, and I'm completely clueless about this subject and this new world. And before you knew it, I sent an email to find out, you know, exactly how much it was going to cost, and it was just a crazy amount of money, not because, you know, for any other reason, but for what I needed it for, what I wanted it for. It was a lot of money. I didn't need it. It was over the top. And I felt quite uncomfortable, you know, to have to mention this to this person. I felt uncomfortable. I felt a bit annoyed at myself, to be honest with you, for not making sure that we're on the same page, because I say to all of my clients and all of my contacts, make sure that everyone's on the same page when it comes to money, and the value as well. But again, we can go into more detail about that on another subject, on another video. But yeah, so I was a bit annoyed that I didn't make my needs and wants clear, but quite disappointed in them as well, because they knew that this was a world that I wasn't aware of, I wasn't quite au fait with. And I don't want to go as far as to say they took advantage of me, but it kind of felt like, you know, why are you selling me this at this price when it's way over the top for what I need it for? So it left me a little bit of a bitter taste in my mouth. And it got me thinking about, you know, have I ever done this before? You know, God forbid, touch wood. So yes, it's vitally important in sales to find out what your clients want from your point of view as a business owner when you're providing a service or a product. But also, you know, you need to find out, not from a point of view as a business owner, so you don't waste your time, to avoid that kind of problem, but to really make sure that you're the person to give them that service or that product. Because if you're not, then you're not. And people appreciate honesty, you know, and I'm assuming that you have more than one service or more than one product, which means that there could be one of your 2 products or one of your 200 products or services that is perfect for that particular person, for that particular customer or client or patient or whatever type of business you're in, which then could mean that the other 1 product or service or the other 99 products or services just aren't right for them. You know, my wife and I are expecting our first baby in a couple of months, and we went to John Lewis nursery advice service that John Lewis provide, which is just invaluable. But there were so many products in there, and this lady showing us around was saying, look, to be honest with you, in my opinion, you don't need this, you don't need that. This is the real stuff that you need. These are the basics, and then you can take it from there. So, you know, this particular story recently just left a little bit of a bitter taste in my mouth, and I just thought, wow, you know, could I have done this to my clients? So, you know, find out exactly what your clients want and what they need, you know, to solve that problem, to improve that situation, to avoid that pain, to get them to that pleasure. You know, 1, as a business owner, to save your own time, but 2, from the customer's point of view, you know, so they don't feel like they've been oversold something, that you've bulldozed them into buying something that they just don't need, because it left a horrible feeling in my mind, and you know, I wouldn't wish that on anyone else, and that, you know, it's coming from the heart, and hopefully you've enjoyed that. And if you did, then please feel free to like, subscribe and leave a comment of some type. I'm George from GFS Solutions. I hope you've enjoyed that.